I had to realize early on, like, I actually realized this with that project I did in college, because we had a team of some of my friends working on this stuff, and it's one of the first management lessons I sort of like begun to understand. I'm not sure I fully understand it, but you can't have one person infuse everyone else with energy and like motivate everyone. It just doesn't work. Like, I can't be thinking about every single one of my team members and, like, you know, make it my responsibility to pump them up. I had this advisor, still have this advisor, who gave me this analogy of sailboats versus submarines. Sailboats need wind in their sails, right? And if you're the wind, you're like blowing all the time to like keep them going. Submarines, like basically, they're nuclear submarines. They just go. They just keep going. They don't need to, like, you know, refuel or anything. They just keep going. And I guess the question is, like, what are you, a sailboat or a submarine? So you want to recruit submarines, not sailboats. And I think that the hardest part in building a team is creating a critical mass of submarines. Because once you have like a core unit of people who, it's not chief and Indians, it's not like, you know, everyone, it's not like the guru and the followers. No, like everyone is a leader in that way. Like everyone, like the energy is coming from the inside, the passion's coming from the inside, the motivation's coming from the inside, from them. And the same way it's for you, from you. And that's what you call a founding team, right? Doesn't necessarily mean that everyone was there before the company was founded, you know, but your early team is so important to get right. And if they're just in the employee mindset, you can't do great things.
How long did it take you to actually, you said you had 12 people, and you have 12 people on it?
Yeah, we have 10 people and 2 interns. So how long did that take? A long time. So for the first 6 months we had like 5 or 6 people. And then we started to scale up, and we had about 10 by September of 2012. So that was like 9 months in. And then we've sort of kept that since then.
What was the process to actually recruit them and hire them? Was there a process?
Yeah, no, that was actually the hardest thing. So, you know, the reason why investors like to back founders who've been in Silicon Valley for a long time or who've already had successful companies, one of the reasons why it's inherently on its face de-risked, right? But because they know what they're doing on a lot of different fronts. But one of the things that they get with that is, you know who to hire, who to bring in. So you just pick up the phone and call like these, you know, 10 friends of yours. One's a designer, one's an engineer, one's a product manager, and they're all really great, and you respect each other because you've worked together before, and like, you know that they're submarines. And they then you have this team that is really excited about working together because everyone respects each other and knows that together this group of people can build something epic.
So
to start, I didn't have that. So we had to go through a lot of churn. We had to make mistakes, and we had to waste time. We had to waste time in the sense that, like, you know, we had to hire people that didn't work out. And hiring decisions are some of the most expensive mistakes you can make, because let's just say it takes you 3 months to find someone, and then hire them, and then 3 months after they're hired to see if they're actually like good, meeting your expectations. If they're not meeting your expectations, you don't want to be an asshole and just fire them. You sort of want to set them on a performance plan and see if they can get there. That takes another 3 months, and then fire them, or it works out. And And if you fire them, then it takes another 3 months to find the new person. So you're a year later. Startups do not have a year to do this. We try to move as quickly as possible, and there was a lot of churn in the first 9 months. And basically since last September, October, we haven't either, basically it's been the same people.
So what is the advice for somebody who is entering into a new market? There's no connection. Where do they go? Who do they speak to? Should they seek out specific people, through networks and through the community? I mean, what would be your advice in terms of process?
Let me just add one thing to my last comment, which is that over time, there are compounding benefits to working with the same people. So once you have the same core group in place, they get better and better and better and better at working with each other. They, little process improvements, trust, all these things kick in and create this synergy that's really powerful. It's very hard to force that. So to your question, somebody who's moving into a new industry. So let's say, I've got a friend who runs 2 very successful insurance startups, very successful. And I don't think he knew a thing about insurance before starting either of these companies. One is weather insurance related, one is car insurance related. And I think he has a remarkable ability to hunt. Hunting is really, really important as a skill. The art of it's part of the art of sales. The art of recruiting a person, the art of finding that investor, the art of finding that customer, or that person within some huge brand, right? That is the person that you need. Because you could spend let's just say you're persuasive, right? Let's just say you have a reality distortion field, and you can use your mind powers to persuade someone, right? If you focus all your energy on someone, there's a chance that you can get them to do something. You can waste that on so many of the wrong people. So finding that one person who is most likely to be the right person for you, that one investor is most likely to understand what the hell it is you're doing and why it's valuable, why it can be big. That one guy. There's a sea of people, and that's hard. That one data scientist who who's at that random research university in Ohio, who has been obsessing about this for 10 years. And you're on the internet at 4 in the morning, and you see this guy posting on some random forum, and he's holy, who is this person? This is some obscure professor or something. But this guy is he just all he thinks about. I need that guy. I'm gonna get him on a plane. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna meet him. I'm gonna open his eye. I'm gonna, boom. That is powerful. And I haven't done that, but I have a feeling this guy has. I think
being resourceful.
Yeah, I think artful design of a team that is handpicked, and I think he's just really good at hiring people that are smarter than each other. And again, that has compounding benefits, because when you walk into a company like that, and now when they recruit, they're hiring super smart graduates of PhDs or whatever. They walk into the office and it's one all-star after another, and it's I want to work here. I just pay me nothing. I want to learn. That's the power of people. Yeah, some people are just so actualized. It's almost glorious. It's oh my God, you're like the statue David for a scientist, right? Your mind is beautiful. I'm a scientist. I wanna that sort of connection. That sort of is so powerful, and that's partly why Google and Apple and all these companies are so focused on recruiting as the engine, because you just gobble up all the talent, and then you have a monopoly on talent.